Meanwhile, the authorities installed by Russia in the southern region of Kherson are telling residents there to evacuate. Kherson is one of the 4 regions annexed by Russia in September. Our Ukraine correspondent Gulliver Cragg has more now on Ukraine's counter-offensive there.
So it's worth underlining that even at the closest point to Kherson city, Ukrainian forces are still more than 25 kilometers away. That's in the northwesterly direction, in between Kherson and Mykolaiv, which is the sort of neighboring city held by Ukrainian forces, which the Russians failed to take at the beginning of the war. But then if you're looking more in a northeasterly direction from Kherson, along the Dnieper River, the Ukrainian forces are 100 kilometers away at the furthest point, and most of the front line is still considerably more than 50 kilometers away from Kherson city. That's where there's fighting going on in Kherson region, more in that further front line away from Kherson city. We hear more about it actually from Russian media and Russian military bloggers than we do from the Ukrainians, who are trying to impose an information blackout. But the Russians are saying that they are sort of holding out against Ukrainian attacks, and they name various villages along that northeastern front line in Kherson region which the Ukrainians reportedly attacked. What the Ukrainians place more emphasis on in their communication is the long-range strikes that they're carrying out on Russian ammunition depots, pieces of infrastructure, bridges of course, pontoon bridges across the Dnieper River, trying to cut their logistics. And Ukrainian soldiers on the ground in Kherson region, in various different media reports I've seen in recent days from different places actually, are saying that they are seeing the difference in terms of the amount of strikes, artillery strikes, that the Russians are carrying out. The Ukrainian soldiers are saying that they can see that the Russians are having difficulty getting their ammo supplies in because they seem to be trying to be a bit more economical in the numbers of projectiles that they are shooting towards the Ukrainian forces. But everything indicates that this is still very much a long battle ahead, and that Ukrainian forces entering Kherson is not something we're really expecting to see in the coming few days. I think it's going to take longer than that. The Ukrainians are also talking about what the Russians are preparing on the other side of the river. At the moment, the Ukrainian counteroffensive, its first goal is to take the right bank of the Dnieper River, which is where Kherson city is located. The actually larger part geographically of Kherson region is on the left bank of the river, and there the Ukrainians and also international analysts say that they are observing the Russians setting up sort of semi-permanent defenses, prefabricated bunkers that they are bringing in, and really like preparing to defend that left bank of the river very, very strongly if and when the Ukrainians, having taken Kherson, decide to try to take the left bank as well.